Wednesday, everyone. Stella here with your daily fix. Today we've got Nintendo commenting on the new, or rather old, dungeon designs for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Sony has revealed more games coming to the higher tiers of PlayStation Plus. EA comments on artificial intelligence woes, and there's a great game on sale that you should pick up if you're a fan of talking trees and rodents with guns. Let's get into it. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is out this week, and Nintendo took the time to address how dungeons are being handled in the new game. If there was one major criticism of Breath of the Wild, it's how the game ditched the traditional dungeon style of previous Zelda games. You know, themed dungeons like a fire dungeon or a water dungeon. Via a developer interview on Nintendo's website, the Tears team seemed to confirm a return to those traditional dungeon layouts. Technical director Takahiro Doda said, quote, "We've made dungeons unique to their respective environments, so we think you'll be able to enjoy the wide variety of regional characteristics." Art director Satoru Takizawa made it clear they're taking inspiration from previous dungeons, saying, quote, "The dungeons are huge and each carry their own regional look and feel just like traditional The Legend of Zelda games. We think they will provide a satisfying challenge for players." They were certainly a challenge to develop for. This is certainly good news for longtime Zelda fans who may have been thrown off by Breath of the Wild's approach. In that game, the open world was filled with small mini-dungeons in the form of shrines, each one containing a bite-sized challenge, usually in the form of a puzzle or maybe combat with enemies. The game's 4 divine beasts are a little more like traditional Zelda dungeons, but there was criticism directed at those two for being too samey. There's not a lot that differentiates, say, divine beast Vah Ruda from Vah Rudania. At least not in the way that the Forest Temple dungeon from Ocarina played and looked different from the Water Temple. Anyway, we're hard at work on our official review for Tears of the Kingdom, so if you want to know how we felt about this return to form for Zelda, you can check that out very soon. I know it feels like just yesterday that we updated you on the new May PlayStation Games catalog, but now we have the higher tiered Plus titles you can get this month. The PlayStation blog announced that a total of 23 games will be released for the subscription on May 16th for PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium members. The Classics game catalog is getting Siphon Filter, Logan's Shadow, Blade Dancer, Lineage of Light, Pursuit Force, and Ghostbusters the video game remastered. The PlayStation Plus games catalog is getting titles like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Watch Dogs Legion, Dishonored 2, the Tomb Raider trilogy, and more. I'll have my producer pop up the full list here. Sorry for the extra work, but also these are all free games if you're subbed to PS Plus Extra and Premium, so come on, it's free games. Kind of. Anyways, we gave Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart a 9 out of 10, saying it was a fantastic showpiece for the PS5's power and is classic gaming fun full of wild and wonderful characters, levels, and weapons. What games are you excited to play from these 23? Let us know. Artificial intelligence is all the rage these days, with practically every industry being impacted in some way by the likes of AI tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and so on. Recently, Electronic Arts spoke up about AI, how the company is approaching this powerful tool, and possibly most importantly, how AI is going to impact the workforce. It may not be a reassuring talk for folks worried about job security. In a Q4 earnings call, EA CEO Andrew Wilson addressed those issues. He said, quote, "As we think about every revolution over the course of time, from the agricultural revolution to the industrial revolution and so on, there have been displacement of the workforce in the near term, and then meaningful increases in workforce opportunities over the longer term. Our hope is that AI represents the same opportunity, and we're working very closely inside of our company to ensure that our people benefit in that way and actually facilitate them to do more things." While it may not technically be wrong, if you're an EA employee or work in game development in general, it's probably not the thing you want to hear from the CEO of one of the largest video game publishers. EA COO Laura Miele addressed the issue of AI being used in content creation, giving the example of live service games where there needs to be a steady influx of content in order to keep players interested. She said, quote, "In game development, you would imagine the velocity of content, creative iteration is going to be advantaged greatly by having really smart content tools. As we think about live game support at scale, there's going to be some really great imagery detection, issue detection, economic modeling that we're going to be able to apply as we continue to grow these connected ecosystems." So we're pretty optimistic and excited and inspired about this new wave of AI. The rise of artificial intelligence in the workplace is a complicated issue, and it's going to affect everyone in some way. We recently ran a whole week's worth of coverage on how AI is impacting the games industry, which you can check out on IGN.com and YouTube. How do you feel about AI being used in games? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're like me and you're feeling empty after watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, there's a bright side. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game is now on sale and officially 100% verified on Steam Deck. So now you can play Guardians on your handheld, on the couch, or in bed, and also watch the whole trilogy at the same time if you want. Currently, Guardians is 70% off on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox at around $18. Or if you have PS Plus Extra, you can get Guardians for free. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't have any connection at all with the MCU, so if you're expecting Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, and friends, sorry. But it's still a great story that launches an original universe for a superhero team. We gave Guardians an 8 out of 10 in 2021, praising it for being a convincing example of how fun a linear, non-frills, single-player campaign can be. Tom Marks, the reviewer, also said, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy nicely balances a goofy, action-filled adventure with some genuinely heartfelt story moments, and the choices you're given can add some surprising personal twists to your particular playthrough. So if you're like me and you're needing some more Guardians in your life, go check out the game. I actually have this in my Steam library, and I've had it for a year, and I haven't played it yet. But you know what? This is the perfect time for it. And that's it for today's Daily Fix. I'm Stella Chung, and if you're looking for something else to watch, check out our preview for the 1930s-inspired tactics game, The Lamplighters League, or our early access preview of Starship Troopers Extermination. Follow IGN on all of your socials, subscribe to us on YouTube, and I'll see you next time.